What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. I'm here with my good friend Deck. Straight after the England versus Croatia game, 1-0 England. Brilliant result for England. I think it's the first time in how long since we won our opening game in the Euros?
It's like 30, 40 years or something mad.
Yeah, so
some mad stat.
So it's a good start. It's a good start. But do you know what? Let's go from the beginning, right? I want to talk about the lineup first of all. I was actually quite surprised to see a back four. I don't think that's a bad thing. But nonetheless, I was surprised. I thought it was going to be a back five this whole tournament, but we saw the back four. Now the personnel in that back four kind of was like, I wasn't too sure about that, man. But how did you feel overall about the lineup?
It didn't surprise me. I think we spoke obviously when we recorded last time that he was gonna play. Sterling didn't surprise me at all. Trippier left back surprised I think everybody. I mean, you've got Shaw and Chilwell both fit. Obviously, I think it come out that neither of them had a knock or nothing like that. So I think that surprised everybody. A right back, left back when you got two really good left backs in your squad. That was a weird one.
Yeah.
Sterling did surprise me. Again, last couple of tournaments been really good for England. Justified his start today with a goal. So I was made up for Sterling. But he could have been a scapegoat, and I think that was the worry. If England didn't play well or didn't get the result.
Because I'll be honest with you, yeah. Sterling today, he was a bit hit and miss for me. But obviously towards the end of the game, as the game grew, Sterling got better and better. So I do agree with you with the scapegoat thing, because especially with the pressure of not having Grealish on the field as well, because we was all expecting to see him. And that, I think, piled the pressure on Southgate to get the result. And on top of that, now we're going to be looking to man like Sterling and that to be able to deputise properly. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
100%.
Nonetheless, he took the pressure well. We got the goal. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I was actually surprised. I'm going to start with Trippier at left back. I was quite surprised to see that, and there was some signs there that showed that we can't be doing this going forward in a tournament, because there was a couple of times where I saw Vesalchko get through that side way too easy.
Yeah, and that looked like their only danger. I think they didn't look threatening at all.
No.
I don't think that was because Trippier played left back or we were amazing defensively. I just think they were poor. They were a bit underwhelming. Again, great midfield lineup, pretty good lineup all round on paper, but I just think they just lack pace. I think pace was a big issue for them. England have got it in abundance. They didn't, and like you say, I don't think it was because Trippier played there. I think if we had a left back, we could have been even more dangerous. Because they weren't that dangerous, we could have had an overlapper, and I think that would have helped Sterling as well. I think having someone give us a bit more width, because again we had very inverted wingers.
Yeah.
Foden starting on the right, which you don't normally see. He operates more left central for City.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting one to see. And I think we narrowed the game a bit too much. Again, you've got a right back playing left back, so you're not going to get the overlap there. Sterling, right footed, we know what his game's about. He wants to get in the box. Foden as well. And then Kane, I know we spoke about this when we recorded last time as well. Yeah. Doing that number 10 thing.
He was
just not needed.
He was coming as deep as the halfway line to receive the ball at times.
You got Sterling, Mount getting in the box, and you look up and Kane's screaming for it on the edge of the box, and you think, you're getting a box, bro. You're deadly.
Exactly.
You're
deadly
in the box.
Deadly in the box. But do you know what I will say though? And I'm gonna go again back to the fullbacks. I think that also, as well as Jack Grealish not being on the field. In fact, let me start there, because I felt obviously if Grealish was there, you know how Grealish is. He'll get that ball from the midfield. He'll drive forward. He'll beat men, which means that Kane don't need to drop back as much. See what I'm saying? So, but it didn't help Kane. Again, the service from the fullbacks could have been better. It's only because, and the thing is like, I'm not trying to disrespect the right side at all. It's just that I'm more of a fan when there's a tandem between the left and the right. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I felt that we lacked massively on the left, and Kane did kind of suffer from that. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think as well, like Trippier's big thing, like Trippier's delivery is very good.
Yeah.
You stick him on the left, you don't get it. You know, he's not left-footed, so you're not going to get the same kind of. And it's not Walker's strong point. So you've got sort of all right. He can get on and he can bomb on. He didn't really do it too much, and his passing wasn't great. But you had, like you say, you had no service. You've got two inverted wingers coming inside, and no overlaps or no one with dangerous delivery. So I kind of get why Kane did it.
Yeah.
But again, it comes down to personnel. You pick the right personnel. Kane doesn't need to do it. Again, I think it's paid off. Well, I say it's paid off. We've got the 3 points. That's all that matters. But like you say, going forward, it's a worry if he persists with the lineup. Just in a sense of, like you say, getting the best out of Kane, getting the best out of everyone, really.
Yeah.
I think we kind of looked good in parts. I think some individual brilliance, but I think we kind of bumbled through the game a bit. You know what I mean? I get it though. I get it. First game of the tournament, you just want 3 points. They've done the job, so
yeah,
fair enough.
I want to mention the name who surprised everybody, Kalvin Phillips. What a game!
Phenomenal.
What an absolute! He didn't look out of place at all, and he just bossed it.
I think the big thing as well was he played at 8.
Yeah.
And he doesn't play as an 8. He plays as a 6 for Leeds.
Yeah.
And he does a very good job for Leeds. You know, like the Leeds have got some great players. Like they get Rafinha and those kind of players on the ball. So he sort of sits there and does his job. But with Rice, it kind of was like, well, I'm going to show you. Phillips was like, I'm going to show you what I'm about now. I'm going to show you I can ball.
Exactly.
I can get on the ball. I can make stuff happen. And, you know,
because Rice is composed enough to just sit back and let him do it. And this is the thing, yeah. Although Kalvin Phillips did steal the show for me in the midfield, Rice wasn't that far off him.
No. See, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter sort of saying Rice didn't do it, but Rice did what he needed to do.
He did what he needed to do. He shielded that defense well. Like, you know, do you know how many? I counted like 3 opportunities that was coming from wide that came in. Rice was there every time. Rice is invaluable to this squad, man.
I think the good thing about Rice is as well, he off the ball when the fullbacks have got it or the centre backs have got it, he puts himself in good areas.
Yes.
He puts himself in an area where he can receive the ball, he can bypass a player. He doesn't drop too deep so that it's a wasted pass. You don't want to be going sideways to him. And he let Phillips play that box to box role. And Bielsa might have been watching that thinking,
he's thinking,
number 8 on my hands here.
Yeah, might not have to sign another number 8. But yeah, he done a good job. Another man who needs to go, who needs to get props is Mings. I think Mings done all right today as well.
Yeah.
I think
the way Croatia attacked suited Mings.
Yeah,
he's a big physical presence in there. And that guy on the right, I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. You said his name right.
Salchko.
Yeah, whipped in some good balls, but again, that's his bread and butter. You know, they've not got pace up top. They didn't have runners in behind, sort of turning him round and all that. So but he was great. I think everyone did the job. You know, Croatia disappointed me.
They did.
I don't think they grew into the game a little bit. They got a little bit of rhythm going in the midfield. Modric tried to pull a bit of strings, but they just didn't have enough. They had no again.
And to be honest with you, I was actually looking to Rebic to repeat his performances from the World Cup because he had a decent World Cup. He looked a shadow of himself today, completely.
Yeah.
But obviously Modric did impress me. Kovacic in spells impressed me. Their left back, Gvardiol, he looks good and he's I think he's like 19 as well. He looked pretty solid.
Yeah.
If it weren't for him, it could have been 2-0. He was the one that stopped Harry Kane from getting that
at
goal.
That post. Yeah, that was good.
Post. So he had a pretty solid game. I think he's going to be one to look out for this tournament.
Yeah. The centre backs were decent. That Kaleta saw. I know he's been on a few clubs' radar.
Yeah.
He looked good. They had some good players all over the park. I think again that they're sort of key players. Obviously, Rakitic wasn't there,
Yeah.
but Modric is getting on a bit now. Perisic, it's an aging team. They're coming to the end of their cycle. They've not really got too many outstanding youngsters coming through.
Exactly.
And pace. You know, I think just the way the game is nowadays, pace is everything. Even if you've just got one outlet, you can still get far in a game without having pace everywhere. But if you haven't got an outlet, someone who can turn defenders, like I say, especially when you've got sort of like Mings and those kind of players, you need to turn them. You know what I mean? If you keep putting the ball in, they're going to just clear it all day.
And that's where I'm going to worry against them more dynamic teams up front, like France and those smart teams like Germany and that. You know what I'm saying? We've got to be wary. This is what I'm saying these group stages. I'm worried about experimenting a little too much. Southgate has got to nail his best 11 early.
Yeah, I think that 11 it screamed nerves to me.
Yeah.
That 11, when I seen it on paper, I thought that screams nerves to me. I think I think everyone thought we were going to err on the side of caution anyway, as Gareth tends to do.
It's like I was saying, I thought it was going to be a back five.
Yeah. But again, the two in there, was a bit. That was the bit that was a bit more progressive than I thought.
Yeah.
You know, you see Phillips and Rice as a two. You expect them to sit and sort of be like a double pivot, but you kind of had the lone pivot in Rice, and Mount and Phillips were sort of allowed to go and do the box-to-box stuff, and that worked. But I just think what he could have done is Mount could have played where Phillips played, and Phillips could have made a play where Rice played. And would have probably won the game a bit more comfortable. But it worked, like you say. I mean, they didn't pose much of a threat. But like you say, going forward, I think the pundits touched on it before. If we get to the later stages, you're not going to see that 11 again.
Yeah.
If we play France or someone like that, you're not going to see Trippier left back. But again, good start, job done, 3 points.
But here's my thing though, right? And it's just a bit of an analysis for me. But like, I know every game has its own tactical uniqueness in it. But why is it that it's always England when we come into these tournaments? We never know what our first 11 is. But when you look at teams like Italy, Germany, France, and that, you can off the bat, you know who's going onto the field, bro.
You know, when I watched us play, all I kept thinking back to was the Italy game yesterday.
Yeah.
And on paper, I don't think they've got the talent pool that we have, but they look way better coached than us. You know what I mean? They came out, everyone knew their role. Everyone looked settled where they were playing. They played with patterns. They played with aggression. Everyone knew what they were doing. They looked dangerous from the first minute to the last minute. They put the game to bed. I think it's 3-0. I think it finished.
Yeah, 3-0.
So, yeah, like you say, I mean, I think when we recorded last time, I think I said to you, I feel like our weak point is the manager.
Yes.
And that's where you see Italy's strong point is how well coached they are.
Yeah,
they look like
a very good manager.
Yeah. I mean, I know international teams, don't get me wrong, they don't get a lot of time together. But I think that's where the valuableness of a really good manager comes into play. You've got a short period of time, you've got to get a lot in and get a lot out of your players as well. And we don't look, like you say, we don't know what our first 11 is. We don't look like we have a set style of play. We're still relying on individual bits of brilliance. Phillips coming inside that defender, slipping a lovely ball through. That one bit of brilliance there in the middle got us the goal. But you don't win a tournament with that. But it can click. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we can't win it. But we just need to look more cohesive as the tournament progresses, and hopefully we do. Winning your first game breeds confidence, and like you say, confidence and momentum can be devastating in a tournament. So hopefully that helps us.
I'm actually right now as we're speaking, I'm just looking at England's next coming fixtures. So Obviously, we've just 1-0 Croatia. Our next game is Scotland on Friday.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I reckon that's going to be tougher than today, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, but it's one of them, and it's the whole England-Scotland rivalry. That kind of bit of an anomaly in the grand scheme of the tournament, because you just know Scotland are going to put us in a dogfight.
Yeah, they're going to be. It's a rivalry. You know. They're just going to be more up for it than any other game. And then after that, we've got Czech Republic.
Yeah.
And then we've got Hungary.
Yeah. I mean, you expect us to go on and go 3 for 3, don't you?
Yeah.
I was looking earlier. I mean, ideally, you'd kind of want us to come second on a sly one. Just planning ahead, purely planning ahead. Obviously, you want to win all your games and progress that way.
Mm-hmm.
But if we win our group, I think we play the runner-up of France's group.
Yeah.
But if we come
that's Germany, Portugal, and France in that group, isn't it?
Yeah. So not an easy game, regardless.
And if we come second,
we play the runner-up of Spain's group. I can't remember who's in Spain's group.
I'm gonna look at the Euro groups now.
We play the runner-up of that game at that group.
Right. So let's have a look. Okay, so these are not the group tables. They should be here somewhere. If I don't find it this time, I'm just gonna. I can't be asked. This is just gonna take too long to find. But
yeah, if we come runner up, it's a much easier game on paper anyway. But like you say, I mean, if you want to win the tournament, you're gonna have to beat one of the two teams that progresses from France's group. I think.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see one of the teams from France's group go all the way, probably. So you're going to have to beat one of them regardless. So, again, I think really win all our games, get some momentum, and then just go from there. Job done in the first game. It's not really... Again, the result, we got what we wanted. The performance wasn't amazing. A couple of standout performances. But 3 points. Again, it's a bit like when you play the Premier League, that first game of the season, you don't care how you play.
Yeah.
You go in, you get a win, and then it's something to start.
Start the tournament off right. That's it.
I mean, he could have played Grealish and Chilwell or Shaw, and we could have drew.
Yeah, so in hindsight, we still got the job done without. So fair play to Southgate for that.
Yeah,
as much as I criticise him, he got the job done today.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to do. You know what I mean? You see it on paper.
Yeah.
You have your opinion because you start doing hypotheticals then, don't you? You start thinking, no Grealish, we're going to struggle, we lack the creativity, no left back, we're going to have no width, blah, 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 blah. But we got the job done. So, again, hindsight's a great thing. But job done, no complaints, 3 points. Sun's out, everyone's going to be pissed now. I got my beer, so...
Trust me. I just hope that we repeat the performance against Scotland. I've got a bit of glitter on my face. I don't know if my daughter's glitter or what is going on. Can you see it?
Crazy celebrations, that's what it is, bro.
Yeah, but nonetheless, good result. We got to repeat again against Scotland. That's going to be a tough game. It's interesting to see the lineup for that. Do you reckon he's going to persist with the back four? Or you reckon he's going to go with the 5 against Scotland?
Nah, I think he goes back 4. I can see him maybe tweaking it to a 5, depending on who we play. But you look at Scotland and you don't think...
Yeah, there's not enough there, really.
Nah. You don't think Scotland aren't the team to start going ultra defensive mode and that kind of stuff. Nah. I think I'd be surprised if we don't see the same lineup.
Yeah.
To be honest. It wouldn't surprise me if we win, we keep winning, if we see the same lineup throughout the whole group stage. And then, like I say, depending on the opponent, I think that's when he'll tinker it. If you come up against a France or a Portugal, maybe he might look to go 5 at the back, or have Phillips playing a bit more alongside Rice. But it'd be interesting to see. Like you say, I think England out of anyone are unpredictable.
Yeah.
In terms of,
and I'll say this: a massive plus is clearly Southgate has more than one way to play, and that's very important in tournament football. You can't just
Yep.
approach every game with the same tactic, because you're just going to get unstuck, especially against the top quality teams. So, there's two more games on today. Bloody hell, what is going on today? Now my mouse has stopped working.
Let's
Right,
have a look.
so
Trying to
I
see the
have to-
fixtures.
yeah, my mouse just disconnected, man. I don't know what's going on here today, bro. I can't find the groups and the Euros. My mouse is just disconnected. What is
Right,
going
we've
on,
got
lads?
Austria against Macedonia
Mm-hmm.
and the Netherlands v Ukraine. That'll be an interesting game.
No, that's it. Well, I believe there's an interesting stat about Ukraine. Didn't they beat Italy last? They were the last team to beat them, or something
I
like
know
that.
Italy have gone a while without losing, haven't they?
Or something like that. But Ukraine apparently are supposed to be a team to look out for this tournament. They've got one or two decent youngsters in that
Yeah.
squad coming up.
I mean, people said that about Turkey though, didn't they? As well. When you watched them last night, they were.
But do you know what? I'm gonna say this about Turkey. Yeah, I'm gonna put that down to the manager because that was poor. That was the most
shocking.
negative football that he could have played.
They
Because
were
listen,
awful.
it's one thing sitting back, right, and absorbing pressure, but you've got absolute zero pace up front. The ball's going forward for the perfect counter attacks. There's no one there to get on the end of the balls.
They look goosed. They look goosed after about 20
hopeless.
minutes.
Oh mate,
with like hands on their hips,
bro. They had to switch.
In.
They had to switch their whole midfield because they couldn't press and they couldn't keep chasing the ball. But then, does that go to show how good Jorginho, Barella, and Locatelli are?
Yeah, I mean, again, you know football. You know when you haven't got the ball, you work 2-3 times as hard.
Nightmare. You're chasing shadows, bro. But
78% possession, you're not even going to break a sweat because the ball does all the work for you. We're talking 20-25 minutes into the game. Some of their players look goose.
They were gassed. And then it was just like, bro, how can you not prepare fitness for the fucking Euros, bro?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like where you go into these Europa League qualifying stages and you've got some semi-pros playing. These are all still professional footballers, you know what I mean?
At the highest level, everyone playing at the highest level of football. You're selecting the best of the best from these countries and you're trying to go there with no fitness. Fam, that was a madness. I was just like, this guy needs to be sacked. Like,
and I've seen a lot of people calling them dark horses as well. But on that showing, they're not getting out of the group.
They're not even getting out of the group. I agree with you, man. It's too little. Listen, you see, when it comes to fitness, right? That's too little, too late. That's something that you can't fix in the middle of a tournament. You just can't. You can't do it.
No.
But let me see. How's your day looking, Deck? Because I'm trying to get through this Euro tournament and cover as many games as possible. I don't know about the Austria-North Macedonia game, to tell you the truth. That I ain't sure about that. But I might do the Netherlands and Ukraine. That's on at 8 o'clock your time, innit?
Yeah, 8 o'clock my time. Yeah.
Would you be down to jump on camera after that? If you got time, obviously.
Yeah, maybe. I'll have to shout you. But
yeah. You just let me know. Obviously, we'll chop it up after
I'll
this.
be tuning into the game anyway, so I'll definitely be watching.
Definitely.
I was like following Netherlands. I mean, I know they got, I think, obviously Van Dijk's out. I think De Light's injured as well.
De Ligt is injured, but then they've got, listen, shout out Nathan Ake, blood. I don't care. I think Nathan Ake is a decent player and he was hard done by at Chelsea.
Well, they're going to need him to step up if De Light's out.
It's going to be him and De Vrij, which is not bad.
Yeah. I mean, the Netherlands, again, in one of them teams, I think there's certain teams that no matter what their squad's looking like, come a major tournament, they're going to turn up.
Yeah, and I enjoy it. And you know what? Ever since a kid, I've always enjoyed watching Netherlands, man.
Yeah.
They're just one of those teams. You just love their football.
And as a Liverpool fan, I enjoy Wijnaldum's role there. I enjoy watching him. I enjoy watching him ball out for them.
I reckon he's going to have a big tournament.
I think Depay, he thrives off being the main man.
Wijnaldum's the main man for me in that squad. I don't care. He's going to be the decisive factor for the Netherlands. I'm telling you, because the amount of times you've seen this man get them goals in important stages of tournaments for Liverpool, bruv. Same again. Same again with him. I'm showing you. So I'm looking forward to that Netherlands game. But on that note, I'm gonna end this stream because I'm gonna put this straight on YouTube afterwards. I felt this was a good conversation. This can definitely go up. But guys, listen, to whoever's watching, thank you very much for tuning in. Big up all the subscribers. Big up to everybody who's been supporting. Your support means a lot. Like, share, subscribe as you've been doing. Help this channel grow. You get me, Deck? Thanks again. Maybe we'll see you later on this evening. If not, we're gonna chop it up anyway, my guy. But guys, be safe. Bless.